Hello and welcome back to our FM22 Journeyman, where we're attempting to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We're back today with Manchester City. We've got two more matches for you. The first is a league match, which is going to be against 9th placed Chelsea, and then we have also got a Europa League match for you. Since you were last with me, we have had the Europa League draw, so we can see over here we are in a group with Hertha Berlin, who we think are going to be pretty stern opponents. We then got Maccabi Tel Aviv, and we've also got that team that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Since you were last with me as well, we have gone for a few more matches. We obviously had that 2-0 loss against Everton, but we haven't had a loss since then. A 4-0 win against Norwich, 2-1 against Brighton. We have then beaten that team that I'm not going to pronounce, 6-0 in Europa League. 3-3 draw with Crystal Palace and a 2-0 win against Leicester in the third round of the Carabao Cup. Today, as I mentioned, we've got Chelsea and then Maccabi Tel Aviv. I'd assume that second match is going to be relatively easy for us. At least that's the plan. As we well know, though, doesn't always quite go that way. At the moment, we are 4th in the league as well. So despite that loss to Everton that made it look like we might potentially be going on a bad run of form again, we've actually done okay. So hopefully we can continue that today. You can see we are back to a 4-3-3 as well. And we do have an injury and some tired players. So now we've got that sorted out, this is going to be our lineup for that match against Chelsea. We've got Ederson in goal. We've got a back four of Mendes, Vukovic, Diaz and Lamptey. Rice, Alexander-Arnold and Almeida are in midfield. We've then got Damsgaard on the left with Saka on the right and Adeyemi up front for us today. Adeyemi, who's been in good goal scoring form, hopefully can continue that for this matchup and get us off to a continued good start in the Premier League. We obviously want to be really at least finishing in those top 4 positions this season. I think we've got the team to do it. I still think we're perfectly capable, but we need to actually go and do it this time round. Chelsea kicking us off today, playing all in weird fluorescent yellow that I really don't like as a kit, but hey ho. Try and get rid of that at the top, please, James. There we go. And now we have made a tackle and we can go on our first counter-attack of the game. It's cut out pretty quickly though. Adeyemi not managing to latch on to that one. Of course, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel as well to watch as we rebuild this Manchester City side. Definitely still needs a bit of a rebuild. Lamptey over to Saka here off of that throw-in. It's been pushed back to Lamptey. You can get across into the box now. It kind of doesn't really go completely right though. Falls to no one, but it's crossed back across to Adeyemi. Adeyemi nodding us home there. It's 1-0 to Manchester City in this tie against Chelsea, and that's exactly what we wanted to see today. That was a really good build-up play. Lamptey's cross wasn't fantastic, but Damsgaard managing to do something with it, and Adeyemi just rising above everyone else to nod that one home and putting us 1-0 up in this tie against Chelsea, who I assume are still a pretty big side at this point in the save. I haven't actually looked what they did the last couple of years, but I think they're still a top 4 side, unlike us, who currently have had 2 really poor seasons. Chelsea seem to have been doing okay, so this should be a very nice win if we do win it. And it is looking like a comfortable win at the moment. But just tell the team they have done very, very well today. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Now, if you go out and get a couple more, another two, and we'll be happy. Another 2 goals with no reply would be beautiful. Looks like Chelsea have got an injury, so we're just going to return the ball there to them and let them build from the back. They haven't done that very well, though. They just smacked it into a Manchester City player's face. Ruben Diaz. Oh, no. Oh, no. I said we wanted 2 more goals, bring us up to 3. Instead of that, what we've got is Ruben Diaz picking up a second yellow card, and now we are a little bit worse off. We're going to drop, I think that's probably the play here. We drop Rice back into that position, and then we kind of go cautious rather than positive, and that's probably the best we can do for a minute there. So Ruben Diaz got booked at the end of the second half and then booked again at the start. End of the first half, sorry, and booked again at the start of the second half, and he's managed to get sent off for it, which is not ideal. I'm hoping it doesn't let Chelsea back into the game and we can actually still defend this lead. Almeida now has got an injury as well, because this match is determined to kill off all my players for the next one. Saka's looking pretty tired as well, so Saka can come off, and that'll be our 2 substitutes. We're going to bring on Duffy Winterbottom over on that side. Probably not the best time to do it, in the sense of we are just about winning, but we're down to 10 men. I'm bringing on a pretty inexperienced, not Premiership ready player, but we've got to give him game time sometime, so may as well do it now. Chelsea on the attack here. Damsgaard doing his best to hassle that player off the ball, not quite managing it, but we have sort of not nullified the Chelsea attack here, but we've prolonged it. We've made it a little bit more difficult for them to get forward. Big long ball forward here for them. Yusuf Demir, though, his first touch allowing him to go past our defender, but his shot is saved by Ederson. We remain 1-0 up, although it is now a corner to Chelsea. Swung it into the box here. It's been cleared. Can Damsgaard get there? He can't. Chelsea still on the ball on the outside of the box. Damsgaard does get there this time. Pushes that one forward to Adeyemi, and that's the end of the highlight. We seem to have dealt with that one in the end pretty well and pretty comfortably. Now it's just going to be a case, can we keep it up for the next 6 or 7 minutes? Rice has now got a yellow card as well. Let's tell him to ease off of tackles. I don't want another red card. Mendes also has one. Hopefully the guys kind of know now that this is not the time to be getting a red card. Be careful with your tackles. Oh, that was so close to another goal for us. Clashing into the crossbar there. It hasn't gone in though, and now Chelsea are managing to get on a counter-attack off of that shot of ours. Rice tackling the ball there. I was scared for a second. I thought he was going to get another yellow card and we'd be down to 9 men in this tie. It is a throw-in for us though in our own half. It's been thrown in to Kruger. Lamperty now. Where is Kruger playing? That's very, very confusing. There he is. He's, for some reason, playing on the attacking midfield. Right, so I've brought on the wrong player just to add to our frustrations. I haven't brought on Duffy Winterbottom at all. I've brought on Kruger. Okay then, never mind. It's all good. Corral just bringing down Kante in here in the midfield as well. Alexander-Arnold now. Alexander-Arnold still. Alexander-Arnold making a pretty awful shot as it turned out, but we remain 1-0 up. We are getting yellow cards all over the place now. The referee clearly today a Chelsea fan, because there is no way we should be picking up this many yellow cards, although we do seem to be just casually tripping players up. So maybe there is a way we should be picking up this many yellow cards. Maybe that's half the problem. Vukovic there clearing the ball. It's only gone as far as a Chelsea player though, and we've allowed them back in here for one last attack probably in this match. Lukaku not managing to get that one on target. Luckily for us, still another minute to go. Still another highlight. We have just managed to gain the ball back though, so hopefully that is it. That's us on the ball now. No more Chelsea attacks, and it'll be a nice 1-0 win. Damsgaard over to Mendes. Back to Vukovic. Over to Mendes again, and we're just keeping hold of the ball nicely now. We've only got to do that for another 30 seconds or so. Or go up the other end, get a shot, draw a corner, something, just to run the clock down at this point. Adeyemi now in midfield, holding up the ball, drop down nice and deep to become part of that one. We have got a throw in, and you'd hope now Mendes is going to take 7.5 years to take this one and just run this down, run the time down. Chelsea on the attack here, but the time has been run down. It is full time. It is a 1-0 win. It's not a very emphatic win. We did have a man sent off, which hasn't helped us, but it's a 1-0 win, which does put us third in the Premier League at this point. And we've now got to go and do our much easier match, I would hope at least, against Maccabi Tel Aviv, and hopefully lots of goals in that one. And here is the lineup we will be using for that match against Maccabi Tel Aviv. We've gone for heavy rotation in the hope that our players should be able to cope with the opposition being this sort of calibre. We've got Murray in goal. We've got Bovu Zalutier over on the left of our defence. We've got Vukovic and Diaz in the centre with Kruger out on the right of that defensive four. Rice, Corral and Foden in midfield. Sterling, Saka and Silva up front. So our defence has been quite heavily rotated. I think though that all of these players should be more than capable of dealing it. And it gives them a little bit of match time, gives them some experience as we try and grow them into first team players. which hopefully before long they will be. We definitely need some more blood into the squad, I think. I think that's why we've made so many transfers as well this season, is trying to just freshen up the players that maybe have been here a bit too long, maybe now are a little bit long in the tooth, a bit fed up with Manchester City and aren't really playing for the badge, which they need to be if we're going to have a successful season. I definitely think that is going to be all important, having players who want to be here. We've still got a few who don't particularly want to be here because of our lack of Champions League games this season. But I think the players we've got on the pitch right now, all more than happy to be here, all happy to perform. That is a cross from Foden into Fabio Silva. Nothing coming of that one though, but hopefully that will be very much the summary of this tie. Lots of experience for our younger players. Time for them to give a good account of themselves, a good showing, and just lots of goals would be lovely. Fabio Silva into Saka. That one is cleared. We have regained possession pretty instantly though. That was really, really good. I don't know who that is. I can't tell from here, and I can't click on him as he runs away. Never mind. Saka over on the byline now. Back to Kruger, to Corral. Saka again. Sterling putting home the first goal of this tie, although apparently it is going to VAR, and there is suspicions of offside. I can't see the suspicions were from Sterling, so they must be from someone in the build-up to this one, I'd imagine, if it is offside at all. And it has been disallowed, so somewhere in all of that, it was offside, but I can't work out where exactly. Oh, it's there. Oh, that's very, very tight. I mean, we'll let them have it. It's fine. We're just going to go score another one anyway. We don't mind too much, but that was a very, very tight offside call. And another goal kick here for Maccabi Tel Aviv, but we are going to go straight back on the attack. Saka over to Corral. Into the box for Sterling. Sterling putting this one home, and this one, there shouldn't be any doubt about it. It should definitely be counting for us, and it is going to. And that will put us 1-0 up in the tie. Saka there with another really good run, just holding the ball long enough to wait for the space to come up. Corral seeing Sterling making his run and just popping that one in front of him for him to tap home. Really simple goal by the end of it. Another highlight here for us as well. It's a corner this time. Ruben Diaz, his 5th goal of the season. All of those off of highlights. Oh, it's good fun. We're just going to speed that up because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of highlights in this match. 20 minutes in, we are 2-0 up. I think possibly after this, we won't see any of these sort of Europa League matches. Instead, we'll just have a look at maybe the Hertha Berlin one that might be a little bit more difficult. Hertha Berlin in most saves, I know they were in FM21. I'm not too sure with FM22, but Hertha Berlin tend to become the powerhouse in Germany. So I'm not sure what they're doing hanging out in the Europa League, but they are here. And I think it will make for good matches for us to look at. So probably next match will be the Hertha Berlin match against us. And then the second match can be us against Arsenal, which I believe is a league match as well. Fabio Silva trying to latch onto that long ball forward. He has managed to get hold of it. Pull it back to Saka, back to Foden. They've managed to just about defend that one. I think this is the epitome of why we should only do the bigger matches, because this is going to be a very long match just based on highlights and how dominant we're going to be in the match. It's very nice in the sense of we're going to see lots of goals, but equally it's going to be quite long. Rice with a throw into the box here though. Ruben Diaz down to Saka. I mean, will you see a softer rolled in goal this season? Possibly not. That wasn't exactly flying into the back of the net. It kind of just rolled over the line. I feel like somebody there could have reacted to that one. The goalkeeper maybe could have dived rather than just watch it roll past in front of him. We are going to arrive almost at half-time though. Foden with a free kick. Can we get one more? Somebody's been shoved over in the box. I'm not sure who that is that's just found themselves on the floor. It is Fabio Silva finding his face down in the grass. Penalties awarded. We can in fact get a 4th goal before half time should we convert this one, and it is the fouled Fabio Silva going to be taking it, and he's just going to slot that one home very, very nicely into the top left hand corner of the net, putting us 4-0 up before half-time has even come around. It's a very, very comfortable match for us, really. And I'd only assume that it's going to be much of the same in the second half. We plays the team, let them know they're doing well, which they are. Why has Vukovic only got a 6.8? And Kruger's only got a 6.8? What are you players doing? Everyone else, lovely green numbers. You're here wasting your potential, getting awful ratings. We're going to take Foden off. We're going to bring on Mariba, give Foden a little bit of a rest, but he's obviously all important for this side. So as much as we can rest him in these sort of matches, we do tend to. Corral now over to Ruben Diaz, over to Declan Rice, Vukovic, and we're just comfortably passing the ball around in a triangle, waiting for Makib Tel Aviv to do something. They're not really doing anything at the moment. They're not really pressing. They're kind of just there. I say that as they managed to press enough to get the ball back, but I stand by it. They're not really pressing a huge amount. They're not that impressive today. Not that impressive of a football team. While we are dominant, I don't feel like they're really doing enough to sort of stop us being dominant either. Once again, we've managed to get the ball back here. Saka now over to Kruger to Saka. It's going around in triangles. I can't say the names fast enough. We're playing this so fast. Mariba now through on goal. Mariba still through on goal. Mariba is now scored. It's 5-0 to us. That's Mariba's first goal of the season. I don't think it will be his last, playing in that Mazzala position. And yeah, it's a nice easy goal for Mariba. We've had 20 shots. We've had 8 shots on target. We can make a couple more substitutions, and we probably should think about doing that. Duffy Winterbottom can come on for Saka. Hopefully he actually makes his way onto the field this time. And then Damsgaard can come on for Sterling. And that will be our last 2 substitutions. We just need to see out the rest of this match, which I feel like should be fairly comfortable. If we lose or draw now, I'm going to have some serious questions about my players. Damsgaard trying to cross that one back to Vukovic on the edge of the area. Not quite coming off. Bellevue is Zalatier now trying to get forward as well. His cross not quite coming off either. Mariba, though, is going to have a pop himself from outside the area. It's going to go sailing over the crossbar. As we can see, as it turned out, maybe not the best effort we've ever seen. Vukovic now over to Kruger again. Ruben Diaz. I mean, at this point, it's just a case of, oh dear Lord, guys, let them die. They're already dead. Mariba trying to get that ball for you. Should have done a lot better there, really. And we are going to let them through on goal. They have almost scored. Oh, that would have been almost embarrassing to concede at this point. After such dominance, even conceding a goal here would be very, very embarrassing. But we have managed to keep them out. I see Lyon are 7-0 up against Dynamo Moscow as well. There are some big scoring matches in the Europa League this week. Mariba over to Zalatier. And now Damsgaard making his way forward. Back to Mariba. Can we get a cross into the box or a shot? We're gonna get a shot off. Apparently it didn't go in. Apparently it didn't go in the back of the net. I don't know what you saw, and I don't know what I saw, but apparently not in the back of the net, despite it definitely being in the back of the net. 100%, no question about that, but never mind. And now we've just launched that throw into the box, caused a bit of chaos. The match is going to end there. So it's a quiet second half, really. Only a 1-0 win in the second half after pure dominance in the first half. But we are top of our group in Europa League. The next match against Hertha Berlin, of course, is going to be all important. That's not very far away. But match against Man United and Southampton, and then the next one we'll see on the channel is going to be Hertha Berlin and Arsenal. So it's going to be very, very soon. And hopefully we can keep up with our really, really good form that we have been having recently. If you have enjoyed today's episode, of course, please do drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel to follow along with our Manchester City rebuild and our FM22 Journeyman that we're undergoing at the moment. If you do want to see some more content from the channel, have a look at the video that's up on the screen now, and I will see you on the next episode for our matches against Hertha Berlin and Arsenal. Bye-bye.